If you're an autistic or neurodivergent girl, your number one op is going to be the neurotypical cool girl or guy, because they will be attracted to you at first. They will want to be friends with you because they think that you're really cool. You have a cool vibe. But over time, they will start to resent you because you have something different that they don't have. I genuinely do not understand why people want to be autistic so badly nowadays, but they do. And when they figure out that there's actually something about you that's wired differently, they will start to hate you and be really jealous of you because they want that for some reason.
They hate you because you're not faking it. You're not pretending. Surprise! This is for real, babe. This is not for fake. I can't tell you the amount of times I've had run-ins with people who have been considered popular, it girls, cool girls, whatever you want to call them. High school, middle school, even college, right? They always approach me. I can't tell you the amount of times I've had quote-unquote best friends in high school, multiple times, in college, people who wanted to be friends with me, people who wanted me to enter their friend group because they thought I was a vibe. They saw how I dressed, they saw how I carried myself. They're like, oh yeah, let's adopt her into this group, or oh yeah, I want to be friends with her. She seems like she has a great personality. Yeah, because I do, because it's authentic, because it's real. But anyway, shortly after them adopting me or attempting to adopt me into the friend group, or them calling themselves my best friend and joining forces with me, something switches with these ladies, and it's like suddenly they're trying to diminish my self-confidence. Every time I get around them, they're competing with me. They're trying to humiliate me in front of others. I think this is something I notice very often with a lot of girls who were considered popular or cool girls or it girls when I was in school. It would go from admiration and wanting to be friends and wanting to be connected to how can I make her believe a lie about herself? How can I make her feel like she's inadequate, she's not who she says she is, she's not who she presents to be? How can I get other people to believe that she's not who she really is? So this comes in the form of humiliation. I've had female friends do some of the craziest things to me, even physical acts, to try to embarrass me in front of other people, lower my value, lower my social currency in front of others. This is some of the narcissistic things, sociopathic things these neurotypical people tend to do, toxic neurotypical people do. So today we're going to really get into it. We're going to really break down the psyche behind the performative it girls and the performative cool girls, because they cannot stomach the real cool girls. They cannot handle the girls who have really learned about themselves, who really like and love themselves, and who really shine their light brightly. You know, I find it funny that a lot of times these women have not done any of the work to be called a cool girl, a popular girl, or an it girl. They fabricate every inch of their personality. They probably copied off of another neurodivergent girl. That's the tea. That's the real tea and the real spill. A lot of y'all favorite it girls from high school and college, or, even now, a lot of them are performative as hell. A lot of them don't even know who they are for real. They met somebody like us, like the neurodivergent girls on this channel, who are stunning, who have, maybe lots of talent, lots of personality. You're just a vibe. They met somebody like us down the line and was like, oh my God, I'm going to adopt all of her characteristics because she is so cool and she's naturally this way. And I'm going to adopt all of her characteristics, put them on and wear them like an outfit. And then I'm going to take a dump on her and humiliate her and mistreat her so that she becomes a shell of herself and I can go ahead and walk in her essence. So essentially, we're dealing with a bunch of destiny swappers, ladies. We're dealing with a bunch of people who have not done the work because they're lazy, they're entitled, and they're weak. Why are they lazy? They're lazy because everyone knows that as you grow, your mind, your spirit, your personality should also be growing with you. You should be learning about yourself, what you like and don't like, the types of people you want around you, the types of men you're interested in, your passions, your hobbies. You haven't done anything to learn anything about yourself, but you want to copy off of the girl who has done the work just from naturally growing and maturing and learning from her mistakes. Learning about what she does and doesn't like, maybe sometimes going into isolation. She's done the work, ma'am. You have not. Miss Lady, you have not done the work at all. And here you are trying to, again, like I said in my last video, reheat this lady's nachos. Come up off of her nachos, ma'am. Those are not your nachos. That is not your food. And you're trying to bamboozle and swindle everyone around you into believing that her personality, her characteristics, her hobbies, her passions are yours. That is a lazy thing to do. Now, when it comes to entitlement, here's why they're entitled. Again, kind of bouncing off the lazy component. You didn't do anything to be cool or considered cool. You are going off of the fickle minds of weak individuals around you who are not going to do the work to actually understand who you are, who don't really care to know if you're putting up a facade or not. Like, these people just like whoever is the loudest mouth in the room, whoever's the most rambunctious, whoever seems to be able to pull attention. They associate this person with power, with status, and with being cool. Because you have mastered how to get sheep-minded people, and when I say sheep, I mean like sheep like the animal. When you've mastered how to get sheep-minded people to fall in line with you and follow you like a bunch of followers, then you feel this entitlement of like, yeah, I'm cool, I'm the it girl, I'm popular, I'm this, I'm that. You feel entitled because you've allowed and you've gotten weak-minded people to follow behind you. And because society makes people feel like there are power in numbers, quote unquote, you feel entitled because people have lied to you about who you are. People are believing a lie about you. And now you feel entitled to people's attention, people's praise. You feel like people should get on their knees and worship you because of what happened to you when you were a child. It is your job as a grown adult now to handle your traumas. Your trauma is not anyone else's business. So for you to feel entitled to have people lick your ass is insane. I just have a serious issue with these types of people because these are the types of women that I've had run-ins with as a neurodivergent girl. As a neurodivergent girl and growing into a woman, I notice a theme with these women. They realize that you're not faking it. And I know a lot of you can relate. You're not faking it. You're being genuine. You're being your normal, genuine self. You're showing up. You're shining brightly like we always do. Don't let you be beautiful. That's a whole other caveat in itself. Okay? But you naturally bring people in without having to, perform for them, lie to them, manipulate them. You just are who you are. And people mess with you for that, genuinely. The connections you make are genuine because you're being genuine. The friendships you make is real because you're being real. They can't relate to that. So that's why they're irritated with you when you only have one or two real friends in your life and a good rapport amongst other people who, met you and they like you because they've gotten to a taste of your personality, your energy, your aura. And they're like, wow, she's so refreshing. She's so cool. She's awesome. She has a great personality. People who are fabricating their personality to imitate neurodivergent girls' natural ways of being, they hate to hear people big you up. They hate to hear people speak highly of you and, speak about you in ways that they wish people would speak about them. And that's when you start to see the vitriol come in and the nastiness. And suddenly this person who wanted to be your friend, oh, besties, this person or these people who wanted you in their friend group suddenly flip on you. Why? Because, oh shoot, she's actually that girl. And we're faking it. And if we don't get her out of here, or if I don't get her out of here, she's going to realize that we're counterfeits. She's going to realize that we're frauds. And a lot of what we're doing is just coping. So let's go ahead and isolate her. Let's go ahead and get her out of here. Let's go ahead and start the smear campaigns. Yep, let's fire it up. Let's get ready to tarnish her reputation because we can't have a real it girl walking around here and people knowing about it. Because then our cover is blown. Then these people are going to realize that we're not who we say we are, and that all of who we say we are is really just an imitation of the person who we actually admire. This is how neurotypical people behave, ladies. It is so exhausting to deal with some toxic neurotypical people sometimes. Not all, again, but some are just insufferable, okay? So ladies, drop down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on this topic. I'd love to hear your comments down below. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.